Antonio Nusa is a wonder kid from Norway, and it looks like Spurs are trying to secure him before Chelsea can. You know, Chelsea Football Club love and adore to hire the best next talent. Not the talent that's ready for now, it's the talent that's going to be ready in 3 years. Chelsea already tried to secure the kid, and Ian Maatsen not leaving in the summer window was a detriment to why that deal didn't go through. But today we have got information regarding Antonio Nusa potentially coming to Chelsea, or what's actually going on in that saga. Secondly, Diego Moreira is back. A lot of you are going to say who he is. 19-year-old under 21 Portugal international. He has joined Chelsea last summer, went on loan to Lyon, and the deal has been terminated. I'm going to explain to you why that's not the worst thing in the world, and everyone needs to stop overreacting. And finally, and this is the big one, we need to either leave Stamford Bridge or we need to redevelop Stamford Bridge, because there was a meeting on Friday. The Telegraph is reporting we are back at square zero, and the numbers that Deloitte have released regarding generated revenue on an annual basis are absolutely disgusting when you think of it from a Chelsea perspective. We are compared to 3 different clubs, and I'm going to tell you how much they make in comparison to us. And then I need to explain to you why this loan army is integral. So stop overreacting when we secure young talent. But before we get started, that was a massive mouthful. I need all of you to do me a massive favor. Hit the like button. You made it this far. You're clearly enjoying what you see. Number 2, subscribe. Guys, 55% of you that watch this content and return don't subscribe. So how can you enjoy it the first time, go away, come back, enjoy it again and not subscribe? Make it make sense. So come on, can we get 50 subscribers from this new video? And we will happily be very grateful if you share it with your friends and family. Now let's move on with the video. Antonio Nusa is one of those wonder kids that just blows up and the whole world knows about. And this kid is one of those. And ever since Chelsea bid on him in the summer, I knew we'd be back. I knew we'd be interested in January, and I knew we'd be interested potentially in the summer. So now that he's got international appearances, 4 of them for Norway, he's gone on to have around about 46 games played in all competitions for Club Brugge. So it's 46 league appearances. This player wants to stay at Club Brugge till the end of the season. This is a potential deal that could be done. So what's been happening in the last few days that makes me talk about? Well, initially, Tottenham Hotspur have been talking to him. They've been talking to his people, they've been talking to the club, and they've now intensified their negotiation. And this was coming from Fabrizio Romano. And I was like, okay, Chelsea are going to miss out on this signing. Fair enough, makes sense. We got Mykhailo Mudryk on the left-hand side. They don't want to impact his development. Ben Jacobs has come out and said, look, this is in the early stages. There are other clubs that are looking. And now Ben Jacobs has said the talks have intensified. Chelsea are talking internally about this player, about the idea of moving in after him. But also, Spurs are by no means the front runners. There is no confirmation that Spurs are going to get him. And there's no confirmation that Chelsea are even going to be interested. But we know Chelsea have put in a bid in the past. So if you're willing to put 25 million euros, 30 million euros in the summer, what makes you think you won't be willing to bid that money now? Because nobody on that left wing has really taken that position. Mykhailo Mudryk is inconsistent. Donny Madueke on the right is inconsistent. We've got Raheem Sterling, who is inconsistent at his grown-ass age. And we've got Nkunku that can't stay fit. We're lacking inconsistent wingers. The problem with Nusa is he's 19. Like, is this an acquisition for tomorrow or is this an acquisition for today? It looks like it'll be for tomorrow because the kid's going to go straight back on loan to Club Brugge. So I kind of get it. But for me, the perfect deal would be he goes for 1.5 years to Club Brugge. Or he comes back in the summer, does pre-season, or goes straight out on loan somewhere else where he's consistently playing. That would be my solution, but this is one to keep an eye on. Now we need to talk about Diego Moreira. Diego Moreira is a left winger, right winger, and he is very talented, right? If you watch his YouTube comps, he is very tricky. He's got good dribbling ability. However, you can tell when you watch him live, he's very raw. So if you watch the Wimbledon game that Chelsea played and he had a debut, he was absolutely outclassed. And not with technical ability, just physically. He just isn't strong enough to play at League 1, League 2 level yet in England. So what has happened? The kid came in, trained with us a little bit, joined us from Benfica for free, by the way. Bear in mind, this was for free. Went to Lyon. He had 7 appearances in the league. He had 2 Coupe de France starts. And all of a sudden, he's played 9 games, had around about 400 minutes, and his loan got terminated according to Fabrice Hawkins today. And a lot of people are going to say, another loan, that's terminated. This is terrible from Chelsea. Well, it's not. Because terrible would mean that we had hopes that this kid will become a first-team member at Chelsea. But no, I think when Chelsea acquired him from Benfica as a free agent, because the kid refused to sign a new contract, nobody at Chelsea thought, yeah, within a few months, this kid's going to be at Chelsea. What ended up happening is the kid went on loan. And when you go on loan, 2 things happen. A, you either get yourself a loan fee, the way Chelsea did in this situation, 2.8 million euros for the whole season, or the whole wages get covered. In this case, all the wages were covered. So it's win-win for Chelsea. They've got an asset on their books that is going to be theirs for 7 years. They just acquired 2.8 million by sending him out for this year's accounts. And more importantly, and this is the big one, they haven't paid any of his wages. He's got experience under his belt. Yes, people are going to say, oh yeah, but he's hardly played. Listen, not everything in life is like beautiful, rainbows, flowers, chocolate, ice cream. Like, not everything is joyous. Sometimes in life, you have to go through the struggle for things to become good. And in this case, he has gone out there. He played 7 Ligue 1 minutes, 7 Ligue 1 appearances, sorry. Yes, it hasn't been a fantastic environment, but he would have learnt from it. He would have toughened up. He would have been in training consistently with a first team. So for me, this is very good business for Chelsea, and Chelsea will, in the future, sell him and make a decent profit. Even if it's 5, 6, 7 million. They got him for free, and the wages he's on is minimal. So this is what the loan army was when we had Lucas Piazon, when we had Nathan, when we had Kenneth on Moreira. This is what Chelsea are going to continue to do, and I'm going to explain why. A financial advisory company has recently released their latest numbers on the audited numbers of generated revenue that football clubs receive from matchday experiences. So for those of you that don't understand, right, every year clubs, when they have hold a game, it's not only people paying tickets to come watch a game. People come, they end up either buying a hot dog or some kind of food or buy a drink or 2 and go to the club shop. That generates revenue. Some clubs like Spurs, they have a lot more stuff in the sense because of the new modern stadium. There's more of a match day experience, right? It's no longer you just go to the game and enjoy the game. It's you go to the game and have different activities that you can do with added on prices. So for this, Deloitte have now gathered all the prices of what's been raised in the calendar year. And listen to the difference in prices. Chelsea generated £82 million. Liverpool generated 112. Let that sink in. Liverpool generated 30 million more. Then we have Spurs and Manchester United. Manchester United Stadium is extremely outdated. It needs work. 126 for Manchester United, 125 million for Spurs. That is a massive contrast. This is coming from Sam Wallace from The Telegraph, and he's a very good journalist. I really like his articles. And he clearly stipulates this is a major problem for Chelsea Football Club. Because if you just look at it big picture, every year, Tottenham are at the moment our rivals, right? We're fighting them for top 4. At least that's what we're hoping to do. Tottenham will generate more than £43 million straight away from matchday experience. They don't need to do no sponsorship deals. They don't need to go do nothing extravagant to generate more money. It's just matchday experience. Do you know how mad that is? Considering we're a bigger club, we're a bigger institution than them. We could sell out a 60,000 stadium easily without blinking twice. Yet, this isn't happening. So what are Chelsea trying to do? Well, we know Bowley & Co. want to build a new stadium. We know that. However, there was a meeting on Friday, according to Wallace again, Sam Wallace. And he said, we are basically back at square zero. Because apparently there was no headway made with the Pitch Owners Association. This is a messed up situation. And Chelsea need to find a way to move on. Because the reality is, I think the only way this happens is if we leave Stamford Bridge. I've been pro leaving Stamford Bridge for a long time. I understand people want to say, look, it's the heritage of the club. It's the heartbeat of the club. That's what we're meant to be. I respect that. I love it. And you know what? Arsenal fans loved Highbury, but guess what? Now they have the Emirates Stadium and they love the Emirates Stadium. We should have went to Battersea Power Station and got a fix over there. We would have loved it. It's not too far. It's easily accessible to. I don't understand why people are so against it. We need to get another stadium some way or somehow. Otherwise, we're going to consistently be buying young players, flipping them, selling them, and then we have to achieve on the pitch. And if we don't achieve on the pitch, we are in big trouble. Look, the fact that Spurs have 42 or 43 million more every year just from their stadium is damning for us. But it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below. Would you be happy to leave Stamford Bridge if it meant Chelsea get a bigger stadium? Or do you really believe that this is the heritage that Chelsea need to maintain? Peace out, I'm out. Have a lovely day.